Shalom Israel. First, I want to give all honors, praises, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, yahawashi, bahasham, raka, quadash. Double honors into the elders and the bishops of Great Millstone who helped me sharpen my iron in His truth. And shalom to you, hopefully, elect out there. Lord willing, everyone's having a good day. I'm going to do a quick video on this little thing I saw about, respecting the kind of power that we have. There's a lot of mighty men in this world. And, the scriptures do say that the mighty men will be set, like, basically abased. These people aren't going to be as they once were. Even in Isaiah 2:9, it says, the lofty looks of man shall be brought low, right? And the Lord only be exalted. So ultimately, we got to really respect the type of powers that we have. Because if you're in this truth, right, the Lord bestowed upon you spiritual powers that no other man or more than likely around you has, because the Lord's elect are a grape a grape from a cluster, like a tree from a forest, So really, it's just like, sometimes I kind of get like in this mood, like, damn, I wish I was able to lift more weight, or damn, I wish I was a better boxer. I wish I was able to be a pro or even an amateur at the amateur level or a high level amateur, or like, damn, But we have power that's much greater than all of this shit, because all of that is just vanity affairs. None of it matters. Let the multitude which are born in vain perish, Because, to be honest with you, all these people are just useless eaters, man. They're just fucking sheep. But I'm going to get into this clip of Ronnie Coleman. Look at that. He can barely walk right now. He can barely walk. He has to have assistance just to keep his legs under him. Look at this shit. They're looking at 900 pounds. Those are 100-pound plates. Those plates, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 600 pounds, 45. I mean, he's lifting like 800-900 pounds. This right here is crazy as shit. He has like 800 pounds on his thing. 800 pounds. He's this strong. Think about how strong Samson is right there. And that only adds even more evidence of his spiritual power. Respect him for that's some Jake jeans, man. The dark-skinned Jake jeans. But look at this. Doing all that shit and now you can barely walk. Right? All of that shit, now you go from that to that. Yeah, but I'm gonna. Yeah, and honestly, you could take upon the account of Samson. Samson was a very strong man, super strong, and he was given those spiritual powers. That was a spiritual power. Shoot, Samson pulled 2 big ass pillars together just off of might alone that the Most High bestowed upon him. But first, I'm gonna get out 1 Corinthians, the 12th chapter. That's like the scripture that you go to when it refers to spiritual power. And it says, now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I will not have you ignorant, that know that you were Gentiles and carried away these dumb idols, even as you were led. Therefore I give to you understanding that no man speaketh by the Spirit of the Most High called the yahawashi accursed, and that no man can say that yahawashi the Lord, but by the raka, quadash. Now are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit, right? The Spirit, raka, quadash. And there are difference of administrations, but the same Lord, Yahawashi Mashiach, Yahawah Yahawashi. And that are diversities of operations, but in the same power which worketh in all. That also goes into being like in a body. Every brother has their own lot and a way to play a role in this whole scheme that we do. If you're in this truth of ours, everyone has a specific role that the Lord assigns. And there are diversities of operations, yeah. And the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to prove withal. Every man of the truth, that is. For to one is given by the Spirit of the word is wisdom, to another the word of knowledge by the same Spirit. You're able to understand the wisdom and knowledge, right? And subsequently, what does Isaiah say? The wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. So that's why, you go to a brother that has the actual truth. He always has a level head. To another faith by the same Spirit, to another gift of healing by the same Spirit, faith. That's a super strong spirit. And a lot of the Lord's people have it. You know, when you look up into the sky and you like, man, that cloud has to be a chariot. That's a spirit of faith, man. Because you know that there's chariots up in the sky and you know that they're among us, right? But if you ask that to a regular person and be like, nigga, please, right? And a spirit of healing. So we even see that as our forefathers were able to use that same spirit. Yahawashi Mashiach was able to use that spirit when he was in the flesh. To another, the working of miracles. To another, prophecy. Right, the elders and apostles are able to prophesy future events and things that are happening and connecting things all through the scriptures, right? Because the Lord bestowed upon them a higher lot in being able to understand that. You know, that's a very powerful spiritual power. Because even a novice, you know, let's not be lifted up with pride. I have no clue how to connect those things. You know, Lord willing, I get to a point where I'm able to do that. But that just takes a humbleness, you know, and I'm going to get into humbleness after this. And discerning of times and Slakia, healing, prophecy, and discerning, working of miracles. We've seen that in the forefront too. And to another, discerning spirits, right? Most brothers have this ability to be able to discern spirits. You're able to kind of just check someone's countenance and, you know, off a couple of things that they say, you know, you kind of just know that what the fuck they're on. And sometimes you don't even have to know what the fuck they're on. Sometimes you could just be in a room with somebody and you just like, that's an evil ass spirit, or that's a fucked up spirit, covetous spirit, that's a fucking, you know, idolatrous spirit. You know, it doesn't take a lot to understand, because it's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual power that the Most High, yahawashi, has bestowed upon his people, right? To another, diverse kinds of tongues, you know, being able to talk in different languages, you know. Puedo hablar en español, pero es tan malo, pero comprenderlo. Estoy estudiando. So like, I'm still studying Spanish, because one day I want to be able to be able to preach in Spanish to the brothers that aren't able to understand English, you know. And some brothers are even more miraculous. They're able to know many of tongues, like 3 or 4 or 5, you know. Spanish is kind of like the second most popular one, you know. If a brother doesn't know English, he probably knows Spanish, you know. Or if a brother knows the Spanish and another language, it's probably English, you know. They kind of go hand in hand. And like some brothers are even able to bring out the Hebrew, you know, the Hebrew words, you know, the Paleo Hebrew. The apostles able to bring out the Paleo Hebrew, you know. That's a spiritual power. And notice how when I mention all of these things, being able to lift a big ass stack of metal on your back doesn't really do shit. Or being able to be a warrior in boxing, or being able to be a track athlete, someone that has some type of level of social hierarchy in this world because of their ability to do something so-called special, right? You know, being able to sing is in a spiritual power. To another, the interpretations of tongues, but all these worketh that one and the same Spirit, dividing to every man severely as he will. For as the body is one and hath many members, and all the members of that one body, being many, are one body, also Yahawashi Mashiach, right? So for by the Spirit we are baptized in one body, Yahawashi Mashiach, and whether we be Yahawashi Mashiach, and we be Jews and Gentiles, whether we be born for free, whether we be all made to drink of one Spirit, right? So every brother has their role to play in this whole scheme of things, you know. When you look at these spiritual powers, this shit doesn't mean like I'm able to sell my soul to be able to sing, or I'm selling, you know. That's not a fucking spiritual power. That's a sellout, you know. So all of these people of the world, you know, they're not as successful as you may think that they may be. So I'm gonna skip over to 1 Peter's the fifth chapter and the 6th verse. Salakia, went the wrong way. The 5th chapter, then the 6th verse, it says, "Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High, that you may exalt you in due time." Right? So you have to be humbled in the face of the Most High, right? Because the Most High sees all things. He sees everything. He sees all spirits. Here, let me see if spirits, Lord sees everything. So Sirach 39 and 20, he sees from everlasting to everlasting, and there's nothing wonderful before him. Well, no, Salakia, I meant to read the one before it. The work of all flesh are before him, and nothing can be hid from his eyes, right? So really humbling yourself before the Lord, because the Lord knows everything about you. He knows the ins and outs and the farthest, deepest, most darkest secrets that you may even think that you possess. So being humbled and exalted with the Lord, he'll bestow these spiritual powers upon you that are very important to have, especially going into these end times, you know? You don't want to end up prideful and shit. I mean, because the Lord's judgment, the Lord is not slack with his promise. He will judge those who go off, you know. I'm going to get one more scripture about the spiritual powers. First Romans 8. But I thank for my power, yahawashi Mashiach, bahasham yahawashi. I thank my God, Salaki, I read that wrong. First, I thank yahawah bahasham yahawashi for you all, that your faith is spoken of through the whole world. For the Most High is my witness, for whom I serve with my spirit, in the gospel of his Son, Yahawashi Mashiach, that without ceasing I make mention of you always in my prayers, always giving honors, praises, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham yahawashi, right? Making request, if by any means now at length I might have a prosperous journey by the will of the Most High to come unto you. For long to see you, that I may be impart unto you some spiritual gifts, to the end you may be established, right? The Lord's going to give us these spiritual gifts. You know, we have faith in him. The faith is a spiritual gift, you know. We have faith, and we glory him because he's the Most High. And Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you know, that's our whole purpose, man. Abiding by the law, statutes, commandments, feeding his flock, you know, that's our whole purpose, you know. So, you know, being a winner, so-called winner in this world, it has really nothing to do with the Lord's elect, because we're destined to be gods, not fucking basketball players or some dumb shit that this world thinks is important. Some fucking doctors. But hey, hopefully that was edifying. Hopefully that made of it's your spirit the right way. You know, first I want to give, lastly, I want to give all honors, praises, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham yahawashi, bahasham raka, quadash, and shalom.